Hey guys, this is Oracle Daphne. My name is Beth, and I'm back again doing your mid-September 2015 monthly tarot horoscope. This is for everyone with their ascendant, sun, or moon in the lovely Libra. And I started doing like a whole nother one, but I had to pause my computer, and I decided I didn't want to, you know, split up the videos because I don't really know editing very well. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna start again. I guess this is side. But I do want to say it feels like you have a lot going on. So I'm just gonna roll out a spread, see what we get. I am back using my regular Shadowscapes deck by Stephanie Pre-Moon-Law, and I will be continuing to use this deck. For the next several months. So don't panic. I'm not bringing back the sex and relationships videos for some time. So here's the thing. You got some interesting stuff. I feel like overall, based on my last spread and my overall feeling is this is a very busy, very kind of chaotic time. There's a lot of coming and going, okay? Many different directions. I feel like you're going in a lot of different directions all at once, which makes sense for Libra because it can't really make up its mind on one direction, so it just does everything and kind of like does too much. But let's start off with what's going on in the center of everything because this spread is quite interesting. So we have the Wheel of Fortune in the heart, and that's the heartbeat of the reading, which is the free will card. Exercising your free will, making the decision, taking the bull by the balls and making it happen, okay? And this is spinning the wheel and manifesting your dreams, making it happen. It's not going to happen unless you make it happen. So you have to really make the decision on what it is that you want and go for that. And I always say that in my readings. It really depends on what you want. If what you want is like a new car, a new house, a new relationship, a new job, any of that stuff, you have to go get it. It's not going to just come to you, okay? Now, there are people that believe that things just kind of come to them, and there are people that things do come to them. But for those of you who are watching, I feel like it's important for you to know that you take the reins and make things happen the way you want them to happen. And if things do go your way and things do come to you, that's awesome. But my feeling is you need to make it happen. So this is September. This is mid-September, okay? So for at least this time period, don't expect things just to kind of fall into your lap. Although, you do have this liar, cheater, thief card, which is crossing you. So what's falling into your lap is the information. I feel like some information about someone cheating on you, or maybe someone turning their back on you, or not talking to you, ignoring you. The interesting thing is normally when we have in the center of the reading, it should show me you. And so, Libra, you may be the one who's the liar, cheater, thief. You may be the one who's cheating on your partner, on your spouse, or maybe it's cheating on both parties. Maybe you and them. But if this is, because there's only one person, I feel like most likely you're the person, you're the swan, okay? You're the swan who knows their partner is cheating, okay? You're the swan. Whether you're a guy or girl doesn't matter. And whether your partner's the guy or girl doesn't matter. You're the swan and you feel maybe stuck in a relationship that you can't get out of and they're cheating. You might be married. You may feel financially stuck. I do feel like financially for you have to be careful of your spending in the month of the end of September and going into October. Careful not to overspend. I feel like there's a lot of resentment in your relationship as well, specifically, and there are financial problems in your relationship specifically. So I feel like you have some problems, some things mid-September that you need to sort out. You need to iron out, and make some decisions about what you're going to do. Because it feels like this is like going to only kind of progressively get to a point where there's more conflict. The outcome is the Sun, which is someone, this is the victory, this is the joy card. But you also have the Five of Cups in the position of emotions. So I'm going to go ahead and say that there are significant highs and lows in the end of September for you. You may feel like brokenhearted, maybe very, very sad about your relationships or about life in general. This is waiting for a guy to come back. If you're waiting for the cheater to come back in your life, or some guy who hasn't been talking to you or ignoring you, don't wait for them to come back. This is not the time for that. Okay, it will only end in conflict. Okay, and you're trying. It's interesting. There was another sign that got both of these cards together, and you got them like directly together. And I don't really like them together in the same spread, because it really means that there's major control issues. And you can see we got the Queen of Swords and the Knight of Swords. Yeah, the Queen of Swords and the Knight of Swords. So either. And there's nothing wrong with like the people of these cards. It's not like, the Knight of Swords itself or himself is like a bad person, or the Queen. The Queen's not a bad person. It's just this could be a mother-son issue. You may have some mother-son issue. You may have some family problems, because I feel like together this is tension and frustration in family. It could just mean. And I see it as being like you want control. You want the control over every aspect of your life, and you can't really get that. And it's going to be harder for you the more you try to control it. The more you become the Spanish Inquisition and sit your partner down and go, "Are you cheating on me? What did you do last night? Where were you here? What are you doing there? Give me your cell phone," and all that stuff. It just breaks the trust. You need to be in a place of trust. If your relationship is lacking trust, the relationship has deteriorated and it needs to come to an end anyways. There's no point arguing. I feel like you want to argue main points. And, Libras are natural lawyers. They're good at arguing. They were born to argue. But getting to the heart of the issue for a Libra is very difficult, because a Libra will go around in circles, hence the wheel, go around in circles, beat around the bush, and finally when it gets to that point, it explodes. When they hit the nail on the head and they say, "Okay, where were you last night?" It's seriously like they can pop. They can lose their mind. Okay, so this is very tense. I feel like this is a very tense time. September is very tense. My advice for you is to I feel like you need to head in a different direction than where you've been, than where you are headed. I feel like if these are aspects of you, especially if you're female, where, you don't trust anybody, you have, trust issues, loyalty is an issue in your relationships. This could be a guy. I feel like male and female Libras here, are having this issue. Really tough time, and the end of September is going to be a tough time as far as relationships. But the outcome's the Sun. So I feel like you're going to move on from this, or there's going to be this guy who tries to either ride back into your life, or will just continue the cycle of riding in and riding out, because this is what the Sun guy is. Now the Sun guy is also a lot of times a Cancer. So you may be in a relationship with a Cancer, especially Libra females, okay? And this is a dude where, if you get too close to him, you get burned because he's the Sun, It can be, a lot of times it is a very beautiful card. I think the Sun card is probably one of the best cards in the deck. However, the issue with this person, if this is the person in your life, is that it's linking up with all this conflict. There's arguments, there's trust issues, there's problems with him. He may just decide to move on from the relationship. If you're a female Libra and you're dealing with a Cancer guy, he may decide to move on, and you need to, and that may hurt you. That may break your heart. And you know, but this would be better for the two of you, because I feel like you are. There's so many problems in your relationship. It's probably the best thing for you, honestly. Now, you have the Star card as your foundation, which is a great foundation. It means that, you know, you're really, you know, your deceased loved ones are around you, and, you know, you're really protected and being looked out for, okay? Also, you know, the Star is healing. So even if, and it's linking up with this Five of Cups, I'm going to show them together. Even if you're brokenhearted, or even if you're very sad and depressed, you know, you're going to heal from it. You know, that's ultimately, you're going to come out okay, because you have the Star card there. And this is a time of trust, you know, of being very, you know, deep trust. You know, Libra guys may have also been in a relationship with a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces female. Predominantly, most likely, this is a Scorpio female. You may have dated a Scorpio female in the past for the Libra guys, or an Aquarius female in the distant past. So you may have had some other relationships, but I feel like the relationship that's going to be causing you strife is this Queen of Swords person, because whoever the Queen of Swords is to you, this could be your wife, this could be your girlfriend, this could be your mom or sister. She's looking in one direction, and I feel like you're looking in another. And again, there's a lot of people that are not looking at each other. So we have the King of Wands here. It's like you're not like making eye contact. You got the King of Wands and the Queen of Swords looking in different directions. Okay? She's going, I want trust and honesty, and I want it at all costs, you know? And the King of Wands is doing his own thing. He's just like, you know, he may be like this may be the mom and the dad, you know, where the dad is going, I don't like this guy. You know what I mean? I don't like this guy for you at all. Like, he sucks. He's just not a good person, you know. You know what I'm saying? And the Queen of Swords, your mom, is going, yeah, he's damn right. But, you know, I'm on the lookout, making sure another one comes into your life. You know, so there may be some controlling aspects. You know, if you're a female Libra, a male Libra, it doesn't matter where. Maybe your parents are involved in this. To me, this could be a serious, like, family drama, you know. And you got two brothers or something, you know. One's the Cancer or Leo dude, and the other one's the Gemini, Libra. You may be the Knight of Swords, where you know, the Gemini, Libra. But I also see this Knight of Swords dude as being Cancer or Scorpio as well, because he's got the armor on. So with maybe like a Gemini or Aquarius ascendant. So you may have two brothers, you know, an Aquarius, Gemini, Libra brother, Cancer, Scorpio brother, or in another Cancer sun, or Leo sun, or Sagittarius or Aries sun. Most likely, though, I usually see this as Leo or Cancer for the sun card. So, but they're also looking in different directions. So I'm going to show you these two here. You know, we got the sun card riding off, that's the outcome, and we got this guy going a different direction here. So it's just very strange to me how these all are matching up. But ultimately, if you do get upset, I feel like you're going to, whether you're a guy or girl, or you feel very overwhelmed in September, I feel like you're going to move past this. I would really, you know, not make the call to family this end of September. If you can avoid, okay? Focus on you. I feel like you're not really even thinking about yourself. You're focused on, I want to say you're focused on other people. And you may be in a business where, you know, you're a counselor, or you're a teacher, or you're, you know, you work with the public in some way. You may be even in politics in some way, where you're just, you know, you're working around a lot of people, and they all have their own agenda, I want to say. They all have their own ideas about what's going on or what's best. And I feel like you're really caught up in what's going on with other people. And I think you need to focus more on yourself. I feel like you've got this, I call it the bird's eye perspective, which is the Libra, soaring like an eagle above everything else. But, there's, you're up here, or you might be on sitting in the bleachers somewhere and need to get back in the game. You know what I'm saying? You're kind of sitting out here and you just need to get back in. That's ultimately the point here. And I will say, if you're in a relationship or you're considering being in a relationship where there's restrictions, somebody's married, there's active cheating, and you know it, like you're the person that's cheating on someone who's married, or cheating with someone who's married, this is something that I would advise to get out of right away. I don't feel like your family's going to approve of it at all. And I don't feel like your friends approve of it at all either. So it's not really behooving you to stay in that relationship. I don't necessarily feel like it's you that's married that's having this issue, although this could be the case, okay? And I feel like if you're a guy and you're cheating, your partner definitely knows about it. I feel like no matter what, whoever you are, whether you're a guy or girl, you know if your partner's cheating, and if you're the one who's cheating, your partner knows, okay? Or they're going to know. And it's all going to come out in the wash eventually. So, it's very interesting. There's so much about other people here that there's very little about, say, your finances and career. You're really just caught up in, I want to say, a drama of usual proportions, because this is the Libra spread I usually see. Drama. I'm gonna pull a final card. I pulled two because you got the wish card. And the outcome is the world. So this is really great for you. The wish card is, making a wish. Okay, you see she's blowing on dandelions. And what you're wishing for is the world. And the world is, not only is it someone with psychic ability. Maybe this is you talking to a psychic. Maybe it's you, talking to me. I'm not sure. Maybe you're trying to figure all this out and you're going, okay, I really need to talk to someone about this. And then, that's you getting your wish, But most of the time it is, wealth, happiness, family, abundance, everything you could possibly want. The world is your oyster. So for you to get your wish in September, or maybe that's what you're wishing for, really bad, I feel like this is really, really positive. Even despite the fact that you have all these, I want to say, crazy family members, or just a kind of wild family, or just a lot of people around you that are doing their own thing, and you need to, mind your own business. I know it's going to sound weird coming from me. Here I am telling you about what's going on with you, and I don't need to mind telling you to mind your own business, but it's sort of like you're getting really wrapped up in what other people say or what other people think, and it's just you don't need to, you need to focus on yourself. And you have the opportunity to, and I guess the lesson or the test is for you to focus on yourself. Healthy self-focus. Because your shadow is the Aries, and the Aries is a lot of times unhealthy self-focus, okay? So you need to focus on yourself, less about others, at some cases, sometimes, and if you're in a relationship and there's cheating involved, you need to get out of it, because I feel like that's going to free you up for a lot of abundance. And if you're in a relationship where you're cheating with someone who's already in another, you are blocking your blessings, okay? Because this is, the Eight of Swords is karma too. It's karma. It's karmic relationship. So you're playing out this karma, but it's blocking your blessing. So in order for you to get this to this point, you need to learn the healthy self-focus, learn the lessons that this person has taught you about yourself and what's right and wrong, and move on from it. Learn to move on from it. Because that's the sun. The sun is someone who's flying, riding off into the distance on horseback, in their car, in their Ferrari, you know, whatever car you like, you know, flying like an eagle, you know, their chariot, however you want to go, you know. This is Apollo's chariot here. You know, riding on his bird, you know, his magical bird. So, I mean, that's kind of how I see it. Now, also, you know, if you are the King of Wands, for whatever reason, you may be a Libra, but you have some fire in your chart, okay? Or even some Taurus in your chart. You're like the Energizer Bunny. You are you're very, very busy, and it's go, go, go. But I feel like the other people in your life are going in their own directions, and you need to kind of pay closer attention to what's going on around you. In a way, it's sort of like you're caught up in the drama of what's going on, but at the same time, you could have all these people that are coming and going, and it's sort of like you don't even really know who's coming over for dinner, or where you're going to dinner, or what you're doing tomorrow, or, you know, you just don't know, and you need to kind of figure that out. Kind of structurally, strategically, think about it, like, you know, get a planner and get organized. I don't feel like you're really organized. And you need to set some boundaries. You know, if there's people that are around you, if you're not speaking to this Queen of Swords, maybe the Queen of Swords is your wife or your partner, and you're not speaking and you're going in different directions, there's no way the relationship's going to work. It's going to lead to conflict. And one of you, most likely, you will be leaving the relationship. So that's kind of how I see it. I think that's all for now. So for the ladies, the world's your oyster. For the guys, you know, drive off into the sunset. You know, enjoy the sunset. Enjoy your victory, whatever that is. Because it's yours to be had. So I'm going to leave you there, and I'm going to send you big hugs, big kisses, and I will be back for October videos, probably around the 1st or the 2nd, and if you'd like a private reading with me, feel free to email me, elizabetholson31@gmail.com. You're more than welcome to check out more information about my pricing and schedule and the About section on my YouTube channel. And thank you guys so much. So take care, and I will talk to you again soon. Thanks.